My word, what is going on here? Let me get a little Ziploc baggie for our weed. I'm just kidding. It's for buttons. Hey everyone, welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. And today we have a piece from one of my favorite brands out there, and it's probably the most iconic item from that designer. If you want a little hint, you look up there, you can tell what it is. That's a jacket. It also happens to be pleated, and if you don't know, you'll never know. Well, you will know, because I'm about to tell you. That one's by Issey Miyake, and the piece we're looking at today is also by Issey Miyake. Now, everyone knows the pleated stuff, and everyone especially knows the pleated pants. But what I'm showing you today, it ain't any old pair of Issey Miyake pleated pants. It's on another level. The color scheme, the design choices here, it's something else. It's gonna get crazy, so let's check this thing out. But first, I've looked into it, and a very, very small percentage of you are actually subscribed to the channel. It's completely free. Just press that button, and you will not regret it. Thank you so much. So there you have them. My word, what is going on here? Oh, they're beautiful. So sick. All right, we gotta start by taking a look at the retail tags that come with these pants. So we've got a few things here, so let's start with whatever's on top. So this is a tag. It's like a matte white piece of thin cardstock, and it's about handling of pleated product, because of course this is like a heat pressed pleated material, so you kind of got to take care of it in a special way. So it's good that they include that here. Also, interestingly, it says MTP01 off in that bottom right corner there. The back of that guy's blank. Let me get a little Ziploc baggie for our weed. I'm just kidding. It's for buttons. And this does have a sticker on it, which is great. So you've got a barcode, then a model number, that HP16 number, model name, casual trousers, brand name, Homme Plisse. This is from the Homme Plisse Issey Miyake line. Then you get, I'm not sure what that number is, if that's an extension of the model number. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And colorway. And finally, bottom left, size, that's size 2, Japanese sizing, but things are really weird for the sizing of this piece as well, which we'll definitely talk about later. And as mentioned, inside there is a single beautiful button, blue button. And finally, on a bigger piece of more textured white cardstock, you get that logo there, Homme Plisse Issey Miyake, and the Homme Plisse obviously very big. You've got this interesting kind of artistic, Picasso-esque kind of stuff going on here. A little accent there on plissé, and Issey Miyake, much smaller, centered underneath. The back of that has another sticker on it. So this one, that is the model number, the HP16. You can look that up, make sure that your model comes up. That's always very important. Size 2, color, this one gets a number for whatever reason. A lot of companies have color numbers. Finally, under that, made in Philippines. That's all in caps, and those letters are a bit more kind of spaced out. Product of Issey Miyake Inc. There's a lot of changes in like sizing and stuff between these lines, so pay attention to that. Colorway is splash, and then a barcode down at the bottom. And there are two strings coming off of that. One is like a thin white string there, and the other is a slightly thicker, like woven black string. And those go to a black safety pin that's just done right into the side of the pants. And they do that for a reason. Like usually retail tags, they're attached to the brand tag, right? But in this case, the brand tags are actually quite a bit down into the pants by, you know, a few inches. So they didn't really have the room to stretch there. So they just put those in the safety pin through the pants themselves on that seam. And then the care tags are down here. So first we get this like embroidered tag. It's a nice white, nice and smooth, pretty thick, like double layer there. And then of course, again, there's that Homme Plisse Issey Miyake logo print. The back of that is blank. And you can see the inside there, it's got like the inverse colors. And that's stitched right into that side seam with a single clean white stitch. Underneath that, you get the care tags, and these are like a nice soft satiny white. And it's got that same info, so made in the Philippines. Then we get that model number, slightly bigger, size 2, and what it's made out of, in this case, 100% polyester. And that first one is a loop tag there, as you can see. On the back of the fold, you've got 7 washing instructions, got to be precise here, and then our washing instructions in English. And those are all left justified, and then product of Issey Miyake Inc. This next tag is also a loop tag, and this is more about the handling of the pleated product. And on the back of the fold of this one, those instructions just continue, and then once again, interestingly, we've got that MLP01 number. Now that we've got that stuff out of the way, we can talk about the pants themselves, and oh my god, I'm so excited to get into this. Of course, the first thing you notice is that striking colorway, like it's a vibrant blue with these splashes of pink. And that color, it's not like printed on there. It looks like it's part of the fabric itself and the way that it was dyed. So that's just a super cool effect. The pants themselves, as you can see, they're like an elastic waistband, and they start pretty wide, but there is a noticeable taper once you get below the knee. So they actually get to a nice tight silhouette down by the ankles, which I really like the look of. Of course, they are pleated in general. Like, let's get a closer look at this, at that fabrication. It's really interesting and unique. You can see the kind of like woven texture that the fabric has. But while there are all these mini pleats in there, they're also really kind of pleated down the middle as well, where the pleats meet. They kind of come in at a diagonal and then come down here as the leg tapers. It's a really nice effect. Down at the hems, there's like a good amount of space there. That's a solid, like, I don't know, what is that, 1.5 inches maybe, and they're double stitched down here. You can see that stitching in there is super, super clean on the inside of the piece as well, which is always a good sign of quality. Funnily enough, I was not expecting this, but there is actually a fly. I was thinking with the elasticated waist, it would be more like kind of sweatpants or something, but you do have a kind of hidden fly here with a single button closure, which is really cool. You also, believe it or not, they're pretty much invisible as well. You do get side pockets too. So the opening is actually right here, and you can see the inside of that. It's a slightly glossier, it's like the inside of this pleated polyester. It's really cool. And as I mentioned, that waistband is like elasticated, right? So when we turn it inside out, we can see we get these drawstrings, so you can really kind of pull that shut, and it cinches nice and tight around your waist. Overall, I just think these are such a cool pair of pants, and I'm so psyched to wear them like way too much. So now that we've checked this piece out, let's try these pants on to see how they feel and see how they fit. Okay, so let's talk about sizing first, because there is definitely some important stuff there that needs to be gone over. So at least on the site where I bought these from, which was Matches Fashion, and I trust them, I think they're pretty reliable, they say that the sizing for these actually goes by height and not by waist size. So, you know, pants, usually they go by waist size. They go 30, 32, 34, and so on. Or maybe, you know, if they're Italian or French, or, you know, 46, 48. But you can figure out what those waist sizes are, and they equate to waist sizes. But these apparently are different. I guess because it's an elastic waist, the waist size stays the same. But from size to size, it is the length that changes. So I got a size 2, and I would say they about equal like a 30-inch length. So if you were taller than 5'10", I would consider going with a size 3. If you were under 5, if you were 5'6" or under, maybe I would go for a size 1. But definitely pay attention to that and look into those things on the size charts. As for the feel, oh my god, it is incredible. I think they're even more comfortable than the jacket, and I don't really know why that is, because it's definitely the same fabrication. I guess, you know, the types of fabric we like to wear as bottoms are generally different from what we like to wear as tops, and for whatever reason, this fabric just works incredibly well as a pair of pants. I can understand why they are such an iconic and well-respected piece from Issey Miyake, because man, he nailed it. These are incredible. So that is what a real pair of Issey Miyake pleated pants looks like. Take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.